Thank you for visiting the Waterkotte website and our YouTube channel. Our criminal defense law firm in Illinois has over 500 perfect reviews and a long history of client satisfaction, criminal case dismissals, charge reductions, and victories. We have created these audio articles to help protect your freedom, reputation, and rights. If we are hired for your case, we will not give up until you receive fair justice. Sex Crimes Defense Lawyer in Illinois. If you've been accused of a sex crime in Illinois, your future could be on the line. A conviction can mean years in prison, mandatory sex offender registration, and damage to your career, family, and reputation. That's why hiring an experienced Illinois sex crimes lawyer, one who understands Illinois law and local courts, is the first thing you should do once accused. Our firm defends clients against even the most serious allegations, and we fight to protect what matters most: your freedom and your name. Types of sex crimes in Illinois, and how we defend them. Sex crimes in Illinois are defined under 720 Illinois Compiled Statutes 5/ and cover a wide range of offenses, from misdemeanor public indecency to felony sexual assault. A conviction for any of these crimes can result in serious prison time, mandatory sex offender registration, and long-term damage to your career, family, and reputation. Even being accused can have devastating consequences. That's why early, aggressive legal defense is so important. Our sex crimes lawyers in Illinois defend clients against a broad spectrum of charges, including criminal sexual assault, non-consensual sexual penetration, or penetration with someone unable to give legal consent. Aggravated criminal sexual assault includes offenses involving minors, bodily harm, or the use of force or threats, statutory rape. Criminal sexual abuse, involving sexual contact with individuals below the legal age of consent, regardless of perceived consent. Child pornography, possessing, distributing, or producing sexually explicit material involving minors. Online solicitation or grooming, attempting to entice or exploit minors via the Internet or other communications. Public indecency, lewd conduct or exposure in a public setting. Sexual misconduct, a broad category that can include non-consensual contact or inappropriate behavior in public or private. Sex crimes involving minors, including both contact and non-contact offenses, such as sexting or inappropriate communication. Key takeaway: these charges vary in severity, but share one thing in common: the potential to change your life permanently. Our team is ready to step in immediately, protect your rights, and start building your defense from day one. Penalties for sex crimes in Illinois. The penalties for sex crimes in Illinois are severe and often life-altering. Even misdemeanor convictions can carry jail time and create a lasting criminal record. Here's a general overview of how Illinois punishes sex-related offenses. Criminal sexual assault. 720 Illinois Compiled Statutes 5/11-1.20. A Class 1 felony, punishable by 4 to 15 years in prison. No probation allowed. Aggravated criminal sexual assault. 720 Illinois Compiled Statutes 5/11-1.30. A Class X felony. Penalty: 6 to 30 years per count, or more with aggravating factors. Criminal sexual abuse. 720 Illinois Compiled Statutes 5/11-1.50. A Class A misdemeanor, or Class 4 felony, depending on age or force involved. Punishable by up to 1 year, misdemeanor, or 1 to 3 years, felony. Child pornography. 720 Illinois Compiled Statutes 5/11-20.1. Charged as a Class X felony, with penalties ranging from 6 to 30 years per file, depending on number and circumstances. Internet solicitation of a minor. 720 Illinois Compiled Statutes 511-6. Often a Class 3 or Class 2 felony, punishable by 2 to 7 years or 3 to 14 years, respectively. In addition to prison time, many sex crimes require mandatory compliance with the Illinois Sex Offender Registration Act, 730 ILCS 150/. Once registered, you may face lifetime monitoring, residential limitations, and public disclosure of your status. Registration can follow you for decades, or for life, even if your sentence is served and probation completed. Key takeaway: the criminal penalties are only part of the impact. The social, professional, and emotional toll can be just as devastating. If you're facing charges, you need an aggressive, experienced sex crimes lawyer to fight back now, before sentencing is even a possibility. How an Illinois sex crimes lawyer can help. When you're facing sex crime charges in Illinois, having the right defense lawyer on your side can make all the difference. These cases are highly complex and emotionally charged, and the prosecution will often come at you with everything they've got. A skilled attorney knows how to push back, protect your rights, and challenge every piece of the state's case. Step 1. Immediate damage control. We intervene early, often before formal charges are filed, to protect your rights, prevent self-incrimination, and communicate directly with investigators. In some cases, this can lead to reduced charges or prevent prosecution altogether. Step 2. Investigating the facts. Our legal team conducts a thorough review of all available evidence, including police reports, witness statements, forensic exams, and digital communications. We look for weaknesses in the state's case and gather facts to support your defense. Step 3. Strategic motions and pre-trial advocacy. We file motions to suppress illegally obtained evidence, challenge improper procedures, and work to get certain statements or records excluded. These strategies can severely weaken the case against you before trial even begins. Step 4. Negotiation or trial. We're always trial-ready, but not every case needs to go that far. In many cases, we negotiate favorable plea deals that avoid registration or prison time. If trial is necessary, we'll fight to expose holes in the prosecution's narrative and present a powerful case to the jury. Key takeaway: from the moment you're accused, every move matters. A sex crimes lawyer who knows the Illinois court system can guide you through the chaos, protect your reputation, and fight for the best possible outcome. Possible defenses to sex crime allegations. No two sex crime cases are the same, and the right defense depends on the facts, the charge, and how the case was built. That said, there are several proven criminal defense strategies our lawyers use to fight sex crime allegations in Illinois. We tailor each defense to your exact circumstances, and we never assume guilt just because an accusation was made. Consent. In many cases, especially involving adults, the central issue is whether the encounter was consensual. We gather text messages, social media, and other communications to establish context and intent. False allegation. Unfortunately, false accusations happen, often during breakups, custody battles, or personal disputes. We expose inconsistencies, ulterior motives, or lack of physical evidence. Mistaken identity. This defense is especially relevant in online cases or when the accusation lacks a clear witness. We use digital forensics and alibi evidence to prove you weren't involved. Insufficient evidence. The prosecution must prove every element of the charge beyond a reasonable doubt. If they can't, we'll argue for a dismissal or acquittal. Improper police conduct. If your rights were violated, illegal search, lack of Miranda warning, coercive interrogation, we may be able to suppress key evidence. Lack of criminal intent. For some offenses, the state must prove that you knowingly or intentionally acted with sexual purpose. If that element is missing, so is their case. Additional defenses may include statute of limitations violations, entrapment by law enforcement, or procedural flaws during the investigation or arrest. Our attorneys examine every angle, and we don't back down when the stakes are high. Key takeaway. A strong defense doesn't start in the courtroom. It starts with an attorney who knows what to challenge and how to fight. The sooner you get a lawyer involved, the more options you may have to protect your future. What to expect during the legal process. Knowing what to expect as your case unfolds helps you stay informed and in control. From the moment you're arrested or investigated, you have legal rights. Our job is to protect those rights and guide you through every phase of your case. Investigation. In some cases, law enforcement builds a case before making an arrest. You may be contacted for questioning. Do not speak with investigators without a lawyer present. Arrest and charges. If charged, you'll be booked, possibly jailed, and formally notified of your charges at a preliminary hearing. Bond hearing. We fight for a reasonable bond or your release on recognizance, especially in nonviolent cases or where there's no flight risk. Discovery and pretrial. We obtain the evidence against you and file motions to suppress illegal evidence, dismiss weak charges, or block unreliable testimony. Plea bargain or trial. Some clients benefit from a reduced charge that avoids prison or registration. Others go to trial to fight for full acquittal. We help you weigh the risks and benefits of every option, while leaving the ultimate choice up to you. Throughout the process, we keep you updated, involved, and empowered. You won't be left guessing. We'll make sure you know exactly what's next and how to prepare for it. Key takeaway. Facing a sex crime charge is frightening. But the process is manageable when you have a knowledgeable, responsive legal team at your side every step of the way. Frequently asked questions about sex crimes in Illinois. How do you fight sex crimes? Fighting a sex crime charge starts with hiring an experienced criminal defense lawyer. From there, your attorney can challenge the evidence, cross-examine witnesses, suppress illegally obtained information, and present alternative explanations. Every case is unique, but the sooner you involve a defense team, the more strategies are available. How to beat a sex offender charge. To beat a sex offender charge, your lawyer might focus on proving consent, establishing an alibi, demonstrating false accusation, or exposing flaws in police procedures. In some cases, charges can be dropped before trial. In others, a strong courtroom defense can result in a not guilty verdict or reduced charge. What are the penalties for sex crimes in Illinois? Penalties range from 1 year in jail for misdemeanor offenses to decades in prison for Class X felonies. Most sex crime convictions also include mandatory sex offender registration, which can last for years or even for life. The consequences don't end when the sentence does. That's why early legal help is essential. Do I have to register as a sex offender if I'm convicted? In most cases, yes. Illinois law requires registration for many sex crimes under the Sex Offender Registration Act, 730 ILCS 150/. The length of registration, and whether it's public, depends on the charge, sentencing, and your criminal history. Should I talk to the police before hiring a lawyer? No. Even if you're innocent or just want to clear things up, it's risky to talk to law enforcement without an attorney present. Anything you say can be misinterpreted or used against you. Politely decline to answer questions and request legal counsel immediately. Key takeaway: if you've been accused of a sex crime or think you're under investigation, you probably have questions. We have answers. The sooner you talk to a defense lawyer, the better your outcome can be. Why choose our law firm for your sex crime defense in Illinois? When you're facing a serious sex crime allegation in Illinois, not just any attorney will do. You need a defense team with the experience, resources, and determination to stand up to the prosecution and fight for your future. Here's why so many people choose our firm when everything is on the line. Proven track record. Thousands of cases handled, including high-stakes felony sex crime charges. Victories at every stage, from pre-charge dismissal to trial acquittals. Experience in both state and federal courts across Illinois. Client-focused advocacy. We answer your calls, explain your options, and keep you updated. Flexible payment plans and free consultations available. Discreet, judgment-free service from start to finish. Hiring proven sex crimes defense lawyers in Illinois. A sex crime accusation puts everything at risk. Freedom, career, reputation. You need a proven defense team with real courtroom experience. We've handled over 10,000 criminal cases, including serious sex crime charges. We know how to break down the prosecution's case and fight back effectively. Whether it's state or federal court, we bring the grit, strategy, and skill to defend your future.